job. So, through that entire book, could you think in your head of what happened? All right, you can do that without any words. It didn't say the walrus escaped from the zoo. We use what we know and what we saw to infer that, okay? So, what we're going to do is I want us to think about how we can use illustrations to come up with the main events in the plot. So let me show you how I would do it. I was looking through this book, and maybe I want to pick, 3 main events. Okay? Well, I know that the walrus escaped from the zoo. And instead of using the little details, I just want the big picture, right? I know he blended in with, the mannequins and at the restaurant and the fountain and the dancers. But instead of saying all those things, I could say the walrus disguised himself to get away from the zookeeper. And then I could maybe say that the walrus found out he was really good at diving. So the zookeeper decided that they would incorporate that into a show at the zoo. Okay? So those 3 main events in the plot, I was able to tell the story without the words. Okay? So that's your goal for today. We are going to work in our literature circle groups, and I'm going to give each of you a wordless book. Okay? And what I want you to do, first, I want you to look through it. Talk with your group about what might be happening. Look at the pictures. You really have to look closely, like how Kate noticed that it was, the peacock's feathers were open at the end. That's a great observation, and you need to have those binoculars. Really look at those pictures to figure out what's going on. Okay? So you're going to look through, and your goal is to figure out the main events. Okay? With each book, I'm going to give you a little piece of paper, and it has numbers. Some of them have 3, some have 5. That's the number of main events I want you to write down. So I want you to summarize the plot in just 3 or 4 or 5 main events, however many are on your paper. Okay? And then there's a question that you can make an inference. It's maybe specific to your book. Okay? So you're going to look through your book really closely, really carefully. Think about what might be going on. And then you are going to fill out your worksheet. And once you finish, go back, and I'll put it up on the board. And think about how the characters might be feeling. What would they be saying? Okay? Does anybody have any questions about what we're going to do? All right. When I call your group name, I'm going to tell you where to go. And I want you to sit close together in a circle so that everybody can see the book. Okay? I want you to work together and try to infer what's happening. Use your background knowledge and use what you see to make inferences about what's happening. Okay, that's our whole goal for the day. Okay, so I'm going to have Alina, Olivia, and Kate. You guys are going to stay here on the carpet. You have the red book. I'll have Matt, Adam, Lindsay, M, and Clayton also sit over here in the carpet. You have the red book as well. And I would like Homer and Lindsay T and Brooks and Ben to go right over there by the iPad cart. You have the snowman. And Jack, Matthew, Gus, and Owen, if you would go back over there by the lockers. You have the lion and the mouse. Allison, DJ, Harper, and Aiden, I would like you over by the writing wheel. You have Tuesday. Molly, Kate S., Jeffrey, and Adam, I would like you guys over here. Once you have your spot, go ahead and get started. And Lauren, Sally, Jake, and Elena over here. I'm going to give you 16 minutes on the board. All right. So, first page. Where can you infer this is? What do you think, Matt? Why do you think? And you know, maybe, have you ever been to a big city? But have you been downtown a little city? So he knows from his experience that's where it is. So here's our story's going to start. Looks like we're in the city. And here's our little girl. She's lost her parents. Where do you think she might be walking? Where should be walking? Maybe home? What makes you think she's walking home? Alright, what do you think? Where should she go? What makes you think that? Maybe she's running, she'll walk away. Good. What about here? It looks like it might be cold, she's all bundled up. What do you think this might be? We have something here in the snow. You alright, TJ? Okay. Alright. Alright, so she's like, this is interesting. You can see it from her face. What is she like? And it looks like Lindsay was right. She was headed to school. How do we know she's going to school? What is this kid? There's a classroom and a teacher just like hers. So I'm going to stop there and I want you guys to continue just with your groups. Think about what's happening, okay? Good job, guys.